I believe in evidence. I believe in observation, measurement, and reasoning, confirmed independent observers. I believe anything, no matter how wild and ridiculous, if there's evidence for it. The wilder and more ridiculous something is, however, the firmer and more solid the evidence will have to be, as stated by Isaac Asimov. Knowing the way crime scene investigation works makes it easier for the world as a whole to understand why the investigation takes such a long, critical time. As a criminal justice major, I've learned firsthand that this topic is extremely important and the knowledge should be spread to as many as we possibly can. In this speech, I will give you some of the knowledge needed to understand crime scene investigations and the crime scene investigation effect that television creates as a whole. To begin, I will explain what the CSI effect is so you will have a better understanding. The CSI effect refers to the phenomenon created by television shows about crime scenes and evidence found there. Now that you know what the CSI effect is, I will explain why there's a growing problem. According to Christian Agnew in her article, The CSI Fate, Is It Perception or Is It Reality? Only somewhere around 11% of all crime scenes have enough evidence on the first walkthrough to even make an arrest. Although many television shows portray a crime scene as having an abundance of evidence, over the years we've learned that is not the case at all. Producers of television shows do not care that they are giving everyone a false ideology of how crime scene investigation actually works. They portray the whole process as a job that takes only a few hours since all the evidence is right in front of them. There's no need to look for a smoking gun or any actual physical evidence because it's already at the scene. Next, I will delve into why it's important to know about this effect. According to Sarah McManus, in her article, Influence of the CSI Effect on Education, individuals who view television shows such as CSI, Bones, and NCIS believe that evidence is processed in an extremely short amount of time. However, this is also untrue. As I've learned from the look inside the CSI effect, only a small amount of evidence that is found actually makes it to the stage to be processed. I've learned recently that just in the state of Missouri, we have over 28,000 cases where evidence has not been processed, the oldest one dating back to the early 1930s. The longer evidence sits in lockup, the longer it takes to get any justice for the people who need it. But I've also learned that over the years, the longer that evidence sits in lockup, the more degraded it becomes and it's no longer usable. So families hoping to find justice after so long oftentimes are left wanting something that they'll never receive. Since I've explained the importance of the CSI effect and why it is an issue in today's society, let me tell you how we can fix this problem. Each investigation needs time. Time to let the investigation reach its intended destination, time to let the investigators move things along in the way they see fit, and time to follow any leads that they may receive. Another thing that is needed is space. So many times you will see onlookers disrupting the investigation. You will see people causing chaos, asking questions when things are trying to get done. You can even see people going into the crime scene after it's been marked off. Each crime scene needs its space because most crime scenes, nothing is found at the beginning and they have to do another walkthrough. You don't want to get in the way of that. You don't want to stumble across something and become a suspect because you've left something there by accident when you weren't supposed to be there. Another thing that's needed to help investigations go smoothly is cooperation. More times than not, you will see people be quiet just because they don't want to cause an uproar. They don't want to be the one that gave something away. We don't need that. Any help that you think you can bring to the table for any investigation, please do. This will help move things along quickly, and who knows, you might be the one that's next that needs help. In this speech, I hope I have given you knowledge needed to understand crime scene investigation and the effect that television creates. You have learned about crime scene investigation, you have learned about CSI effect and its importance, and how we can fix the problems that it causes. Please remember, evidence is important, but it is extremely hard to find and often overlooked on the first walkthrough. So there will need to be another walkthrough, most likely.